Hey guys, what's up? Sat Sri Akal. This is your host Samrat Dayal. So as promised, Q&A on Transformation 2.0, the MILF transformation. So let's begin. So some of you straight away asked all tips. Okay, fine, they are coming. Next up, you asked how much time did it take. So see, April and May. April month, I was not at all disciplined. It was on and off, on and off, on and off. In May, I did become disciplined. So I believe, so I was not measuring it every single week, but I would say majority of those 10 kgs was lost in May. So I would, if I had to guess, I would say it took me like 50 days. 50 days to lose the first 10 kgs. And mind you, in the first 10 kgs, there was a lot of water weight, which is why the fat loss happened quickly. My efforts were not that great, but the weight loss happened nevertheless, and it happened fast. Next up, you're asking me about calorie deficit and the fasting window. So guys, remember one thing, the necessary condition, the absolutely necessary condition for you to lose fat is that you have to put your body in a calorie deficit. That is absolutely necessary. Everything else comes after that, okay? So calorie deficit, yes, I was in a calorie deficit. How much calorie deficit? April ka to I have no idea because it was on and off. But in May, specifically in the last like 20 days of May, I was ensuring around 1000 plus calorie deficit every single day. And how did I manage that? By burning 3000 calories and eating only roughly 1800 to 2000 calories. So calorie deficit. Coming on to fasting window. Again, May I have been doing intermittent fasting every single day, 18 to 6. 18 fasting, 6 hours eating window. So my eating window is from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. So रात के 8 बजे से लेकर सुबह के 2 बजे तक. In this 6 hours is when I consume my meals. And what are my meals? One big dinner, which would be roughly 1000 calories, and then 2 small snacks, like 500 calories each. So overall, 2000 calories is what I eat. Then what was my exercise routine? Was I doing strength training? So April mein to on and off, but May I have managed to work out like every week 6 days on an average. And how are those 6 days split? Monday work with weights, then Tuesday HIIT, then Wednesday work with weights, then Thursday HIIT. So alternate HIIT and working with weights. Now I happen to have some dumbbells and some weights at home, इसलिए मैं weight training कर पाता हूँ. And the HIIT तो you can find a lot of videos on YouTube. And the duration of the exercise is around 1 hour, 50 minutes to 1 hour every single day. So because of my exercising, I burn roughly 600 to 700 additional calories because of the exercising. इसीलिए I am able to get 1000 calorie deficit. If I was not exercising, my calorie deficit would have been just 200 or 300 calories, which is like nothing. So exercise has played a very important role, helping me to increase my calorie deficit. So which workout I have been using? See, weight training are to, normal exercises, bicep, tricep, shoulder press, lateral raise, front raise, वो तो normal है. But the HIIT exercise I was using of Adrian Bryant. He has a channel called Now Loss on YouTube. I had mentioned about him in the previous video I shared about that exercise. I think this guy is like really innovative. He comes up with really innovative and fun home exercises, HIIT. So the exercise that I do is this particular one. This is a 1 hour HIIT exercise, and like you can do it 3 days or 4 days a week max. उससे ज़्यादा I don't think your body would be able to take it. So yeah, HIIT के लिए Adrian Bryant, his Now Lost channel should be your go-to strategy. So finally, the most important thing, diet, protein intake, and am I a vegetarian? So guys, see, calorie deficit तो is absolutely necessary, right? उसके बाद you have intermittent fasting, you have exercise, and you have your food, essentially food quality, as in how much carb, how much sugar, how much protein, how much fat. So food quality. अब इन तीन में से ना, intermittent fasting, exercise and food quality, you need to get at least 2 right in order to lose weight. Okay, so for me, at least this time till 90 to 80, the two that I have got right are intermittent fasting and exercise, not food quality. I have managed so far with it's not at all a fat loss diet. In fact, मैं आपको बताऊं तो those snacks that I talked about that I eat at night, they are like bingo chips, or sometimes they can be biscuits or namkeen, and even that big dinner that I talked about, you know, sometimes it is Chinese noodles or aloo ke parathe with makhan. So my diet is not a fat loss diet that I have been following, but even despite that, I have managed to lose 10 kg so far because I got at least two right. I got the IF right and I got my exercise part right, which helps me in maintaining a 1000 calorie deficit despite not eating the right foods, you know. So coming to the all important protein intake, वैसे तो my diet has been bad, but for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks I have managed to get at least 120 to 130 grams of protein every single day. How? 3 scoops of protein powder and 6 whole eggs. So 6 whole eggs is roughly 30 grams, 35 grams of protein, and baki ka from the protein powder. So total protein intake is roughly 120-130 grams every single day. That is not a lot. To prevent muscle loss or to go for muscle increase, I will have to go up to, I think, 200 grams of protein every single day. But at least the protein intake is not too low also. It's like okay-ish. So when is the protein taken? Exercises at the end of the fasting window, like I always recommend. So मैं खाना शुरू करता हूँ from 8 PM, तो 6 PM to 8 PM in this 2 hours is when I exercise usually. After exercise, I have 2 scoops of protein powder, as in protein shake with water. Then I have my dinner. I will try to get my 6 whole eggs in the dinner itself. If not in the dinner, then maybe in the snacks. Or I can make a protein muffin. You know, protein muffin, it has egg and it has 1 scoop of protein powder. So one of the snacks, I try to make it a protein muffin. So in this way, my overall protein intake is roughly 130 grams. And of course, since I eat eggs, I'm not a vegetarian. No, I'm not a vegetarian. वैसे तो I would have liked to eat chicken also, but you know, these retail outlets, they have suddenly increased the prices of chicken. I don't know why. Maybe वो lockdown के कारण whatever loss they have suffered, they are trying to recoup it by, you know, increasing the prices. But chicken is something that I have not been eating. I might have to eat. So far the only two lean protein sources in my diet are protein powder and whole eggs. Is it possible to increase muscle while cutting? While cutting यानी कि while being in a calorie deficit? The answer is yes, it is possible. मैं ना आपको I will give you a very simple formula. Okay, if you are on a calorie deficit diet and you are not eating protein or very low quantities of protein, you will lose muscle. Okay, if you are on a calorie deficit diet and you eat good amount of protein, okay, then you will minimize your muscle loss. You will minimize it. If you are on a calorie deficit diet, you eat good amount of protein and you also exercise with weights, you do what is called resistance training, then your muscle loss would be zero. In fact, it might be negative. यानी कि you might overall gain muscle while on a calorie deficit diet. And this is especially true if your muscles are not mature. Your muscles are not mature यानी कि you are not a pro when it comes to weight training. You know, you are an amateur. अभी बहुत ज़्यादा time नहीं हुआ है while working with weights. So for those people, if in a calorie deficit, while being in a calorie deficit, you eat a high protein diet and you work out with weights, then yes, muscle increase is also possible. So muscle increase is possible, MILF is possible while cutting. Is a 900 calorie diet good? So see, if your aim is to maintain a 1000 calorie deficit, then rather than burning 2000 and eating 1000, I would suggest you burn 3000 and eat 2000. You know, don't try to cut down on calories. Don't try to create a calorie deficit just by eating less. Why? Because you will enter a very vicious loop. You decrease your calories, your body will think that you are starving, your body will then reduce the metabolism, your body will now burn fewer calories. Now you will see the body is burning fewer calories, you will decrease the calories even further, you will eat even less. Now body will see, अच्छा और कम खा रहा है, चलो भाई metabolism और decrease करो. So eating less for a long period of time Eating less as in starvation level calories, which is what 900 calories is. It will actually severely impact your metabolism. It will decrease your metabolism over a long period of time. So which is why I always suggest now that if your goal is to maintain a 1000 calorie deficit, don't try to eat 1000 and burn 2000. Rather eat 2000 and try to burn more, burn 3000. So going on a 900 calorie diet is not recommended from my side at all. You are better sticking to 1500 calories and burning more calories by walking, running, exercising, increasing your physical activity. So that is a better strategy. Is it possible to lose 10 kgs in 1 month? Well, it depends on what is your starting point. If you are very obese, if you have to lose 50 kgs, 60 kgs, then yes, 10 kgs in 1 month is possible. But if you are losing, if you have to lose just 20 kgs or 30 kgs, then 10 kgs in 1 month is very difficult, very difficult. Even though wo initial 10 kgs mein most of it would be water weight, but still 10 kgs in 1 month is not feasible for most people. So you have been doing IF but not seeing any result. Well, yeah, you have to try changing things. Maybe change your diet, maybe exercise a bit more, maybe change what kind of exercise you are doing. And are you in a calorie deficit? That is the first thing you should investigate. See, it might happen that your estimate of what you are eating and how much you're burning is wrong, So there should always be a margin of safety in what your estimate is and what you are eating. So I would suggest recheck them, because intermittent fasting not working for people. Usually the problem lies in the people themselves. Sorry to say that. If I stop intermittent fasting, will I gain back my weight? I have already made a video on this. The short answer is no. Stopping intermittent fasting will not result in increase in fat. What will result in you becoming fat again, or what resulted in me becoming fat again, was I went back to my old habits, eating more than what my body is spending. Simple, plain and simple. So some people are not able to do iFast because, they live with their family. Yeah, it is difficult to convince parents. It is difficult to convince anyone jinka ye belief ban chuka hai. They have a preconceived notion. It is difficult to change their belief. What can I say? You have to try. Maybe ask them that instead of 3 meals, I'm going to stick to 2 meals. So, let me do it for 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever. You will have to jugaad, emotional blackmail, do whatever you have to do. But you will have to come up with your own solutions, dude. My back injury, well, thank you for asking. I had forgotten myself. See, I have 95-96% recovered. But I don't think I will be doing deadlift again for sure, because I don't want that injury to happen again. But yeah, I have mostly recovered from that back injury. Ashwinder Bhai, I have never had such a question asked to me, and I have no idea what to say, because what you have mentioned here, that you exhale more these days, I have never heard of it, dude. And frankly speaking, I have no idea. Does this really happen? Did it happen to me? Because I never noticed it. So I'm sorry, I have nothing to add here. I have nothing to say. Hitting a weight loss plateau, going from 90 to 80, it's not a big deal. It's in fact easy. The tricky part will be now going from 80 to 70. This is the most difficult part, and this is where I expect to hit a weight loss plateau. There is only one way I know how you can come out of a weight loss plateau. Uske liye you should know what is a weight loss plateau. Weight loss plateau is your body has now become comfortable with whatever your routine is. Your body knows कि हाँ भैया इसने यही खाना है, इसने प्रोटीन ही खाना है, इसने अंडे खाने, चिकन ही खाना है, और इसने ये अभी ये शोल्डर की एक्सरसाइज कर रहा है, अब इसने चेस्ट की एक्सरसाइज करनी है, and so on. So the only way you are going to get out of a weight loss plateau is by changing your routine, so that your body is shocked, your body is surprised. So things that you can try is changing your diet. You can change your exercises. If you're exercising in the evening, try exercising in the morning now. If you were exercising for 30 minutes, now exercise for 1 hour. So change your routine, change things so that your body is forced to come out of its comfort zone, because your body will get acclimated very quickly to whatever new lifestyle or new things that you do. So I have not hit a weight loss plateau. I actually consciously am trying to change my routine every single week taki sala weight loss plateau hit now. But I think it will happen. 80 to 70 May it will happen for sure. So let's see. So guys, that's all for the day. I am sweating a lot. I think it is time to go. I will see you guys next week. This is Kakdial signing out.